Yesterday,
Yes, sir.
this is moving on. Yesterday, you said that you did not want to speak to the referendum in the Netherlands because the Dutch people have not spoken. Well, they have spoken. Not a huge,
No, I wouldn't
overwhelming
call it.
majority of them, but enough to make the referendum valid.
Yes.
And they pretty, they made their feelings quite clear. They don't like the EU-Ukraine deal. So now that they have spoken, what do you have to say about it?
We have seen those reports. We've seen about the non-binding referendum. Look, clearly we're disappointed by the results, but we do respect the views of the Dutch people, and we respect the Dutch political process. We understand, there's still a process in place. I refer to the Dutch government with regard to what next steps are imminent. We said before, and we'll say it again today, we believe this association agreement is in the best interest of Ukraine, the U.S., and the European Union, and we still stand by that.
You know that it's a non-binding
correct.
vote, but the Dutch Prime Minister said that he doesn't feel politically that he can ignore it. Would you urge the Prime Minister of Holland to ignore the will of his people?
There's where I'm going to draw the line in stepping into what is an internal political process, and we respect that.
No, can I just tell you one quick one?
Of course.
So the question here, since we raised yesterday. So the question here is whether you think this in any way could have implications for Ukraine, who you are supporting.
Well, I don't think we know yet. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, that's it.
I don't think we know yet, and I think President Poroshenko said that they're going to continue to work towards an association agreement. Take the steps they need to take in terms of reforms and other measures. We support them in those efforts. This was something that was agreed by all other members and ratified by all other members of the EU. So there is support for this. But
whether this would undermine anything that Poroshenko wants to do with having closer ties with Europe, and which is really what started this entire thing, because they were looking for closer ties with the West rather than looking towards Moscow, right?
Of course. And, it's our, I guess, hope that it doesn't affect that process to continue. Closer ties to the West, closer ties with the EU. As we've long said, it's not for us, it's not for Russia, it's not for anyone to decide which way or which path Ukraine wants to pursue, but it should have the right to. The Ukrainian people should have the right to pursue closer ties with the West if it wants to, and stronger economic ties and stronger democratic institutions. That's its own right, sovereign right.